All right, all right. Welcome, welcome, welcome to After Dark with Shawn Cornelius. I'm your host, the romantic funny man, Shawn Cornelius. And boy, have I got another fire show tonight for you. I'm glad you're tuning in. And if you are tuning in, which you should be, I need you to go ahead and share this right now so that we can bring some of your friends in. Good evening, producer Smoke. And I see Denise Giorgio, program director extraordinaire, is inside the building or in my room with me. Tonight's man got a fantastic guest, but before that, I want to thank you all for continuously supporting the show and BronxNet TV. We appreciate you so much. Please tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. Listen, tonight's guest. Wow, I've known this brother for years. Don't want to make it sound like we're old, but what we kind of are. We're in the old category, but we've known each other for some time. I guess when we both started our careers in stand-up comedy, and I met him when I was down south in Charleston, South Carolina. And I got to honestly tell you, he's a talented brother. He's got so much going on now, so it's really cool to be able to sit down with your peers and celebrate their accomplishments. Hello, Lisa Tyner. Good evening, D. Rowe. This man is not only a talented and funny comedian, he is an actor. He's an actor. Yeah, we'll find out about that stuff. Um, he does a wonderful job at impressions, his thing, and he's a husband now, which is probably the heaviest role he's ever had to play in life. So we'll find out about that. This man was also the ringmaster for the Universal Circus. And I told him I had a story to tell him. I'm going to tell him about that when we talk about it. But he traveled around the country as the ringmaster for the Universal Circus for years and did an awesome job on it. So BET, HBO, Showtime, all kind of credits, things that I can throw on. But let's let him talk about himself, man, and bring him on. And he's all the way down. Let me see. Make sure he always throws Memphis up. I'm not sure if he's in Memphis at the moment. He might be in Atlanta. So let's find out. But he's somewhere. He's not in New York. So welcome to the show, entertainer Tony Tone.
Hey, what up? What up?
What's good?
Shawn C. Look, I ain't doing no Cornelius. I'm doing Shawn C. That's when I first met you. You always gonna be Shawn C. Now, what's up, man?
All
What's up?
right.
What's up, everybody out there listening?
Whatever you choose, brother, I'll answer. That's all good. Everything is good, man. Everything is wonderful. Thank you so much for taking the time out because I know you got a really crazy schedule, man, with everything going on for taking the time to sit down and rap with us.
Oh man, I appreciate you having me on, man. It's no problem. I'm here for the whole hour and a half, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I'm chilling, man. So I'm just happy to be here, man. Good to be hanging out with you. Like you said, I heard you talking. I was backstage with your peers, man. People you know, your peeps you familiar with. Like you say, we go back to Charleston, South Carolina, back at Classics on Dorchester Road.
Boy, yeah, Classics. Anybody
that club had a dual exhaust on it. It had a muffler. Man, when it closed down, they cranked up and drove it off somewhere and put it up.
Boy, Classics was the spot though.
It was though, man. It was. Then we moved over to Desperados.
Well, Desperados, yeah, that was the other people's joint, but that was cool as well. Right. Yeah, you bringing it way back, man. Like, okay, so since you're doing that, you're from Memphis.
Yeah, I was raised in Memphis. I'm pretty much, from Memphis, man. I was born in Cleveland, Ohio, back in 1971. Sorry, I'm dating myself. I heard you saying that too. We ain't old. We're not granddaddy old. We uncle old now. We uncle old.
Yeah.
So I was born in Cleveland, Ohio, and raised mostly in Memphis, Tennessee, man. So I'm in Atlanta now. I'm at home in Atlanta now.
Right. See, okay, because I knew all three of them, but and I know you bounce around and you're always posting when you're back in Memphis and your Memphis Tigers. And the one good thing that we do have in common that's just a bond that'll never break is we're both Cowboy fans.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. How about them Cowboys? At least for right now.
Right now, yeah, we all right. We can talk about them now, because But a few weeks ago, it was like we still talk about them, but not with so much. Yeah.
Right.
So
you got to understand, Shawn, and you guys.
gotta understand. This is Jerry Jones, and I just want to say that we're on the right track now, and I got McCarthy and all those guys. They're getting it done, and McCarthy will be back next year. To a lot of people's disagreement, but it's my damn team, so I'm gonna do what I need to do, and Zeke will be back, and Dak. We're going to have everybody back. I'm very optimistic about my team. So, well, we're going to make sure those, I don't say this often, but we're going to cheer for the Eagles this coming Sunday. Make sure they get us into the playoffs and
Right.
get us in the ring.
If anybody knows Jerry Jones, everybody knows that was spot on. That was spot on.
Oh, thanks, man.
Yo, that's one of the reasons why, you know, I appreciate Tony for his gift. Not just being a funny dude and having a great personality, but being able to move in and out of personalities and impressions just like that. So you've been doing
called lack of stability, man. I'm not mentally stable.
I didn't want to say that. I didn't want to use the mental thing because that could be damaging. So I was just trying to make it sound good, Tone.
No, that's good.
So how long have you been doing it, man? When did you really feel like you had a gift and you wanted to do this comedy thing and then take it to this level?
Well, comedy, that started probably around junior high, high school, definitely high school, but junior high, I learned back in elementary how, you know, I tapped into my impressions then in elementary, like around 5th or 6th grade. The idea to do stand-up, to actually pursue being a stand-up comedian, that started definitely in high school because I tried to audition to be a stand-up comedian for the high school talent show. Now I didn't make it, but
okay.
I was still, you know how it is for most of us, man. We started as a class clown, so I was a class clown throughout grade school. So I was that student that whenever the teacher left, I had something funny to do, and then it got to the point where the students would be like, Tony, do this, do that, or imitate this person, imitate that person. And then when I started in junior high, I learned there was an award. There was an award for us. It was called the most wittiest, but it was basically the class clown award. So okay. I strive to be the most wittiest every year when I found out about it. And I finally got it my senior year in high school. I was voted most wittiest, man. And my comedy career started in college, actually, man. I went to college. Small private college up in Williamsburg, Kentucky, called Cumberland College, and that's where I played football there. But where I first became the campus comedian was we broke down into groups within the team to do some skits in front of the student body. So they loved it, and I wrote our sketch. We did a mock version of the Arsenio Hall show because around 1990. He was hot at that time, 90, 91, hot, right? So I did a mock Arsenio Hall show. I made myself the guest comedian, and I went up and did my act, man, for like 5 to 7 minutes. It killed. And next thing you know, man, I was always hosting and performing for the student body somewhere. And after that, man, I took it to the club, man. Comedy Zone. That was the first official comedy club I performed at. The Comedy Zone in Memphis, Tennessee, over the square, man. So the rest was history, man. 1990, 91 is where it all started, man. So 31 years, going on 31 years in the game, man.
So what about the impressions, man? Because some of us can just say, all right, I'm going to do stand-up. I can tell jokes. I got stories. When did you find out that you were good at that kind of thing?
I started tapping into changing my voice, man. Like I said, back in elementary, man, like around 5th to 6th grade, man. Back then, the Smurfs were hot. I was doing the Smurfs. My niche was I can grab on the cartoon characters pretty well. You know, I do regular people too, but anybody with a distinct sound, and that mostly was cartoon characters. Even now,
right?
But back then it was the Smurfs. You know, I was doing Smurfette and all that stuff, and Handy Smurf. You know, and over there yet, Papa Smurf, not far now, Handy. You know, I was doing all that stuff, and then Ronald Reagan was in office then, so. Ronald Reagan, you know, I was always, you know, if you go in there and find my jelly beans, Nance, you know, he used to love jelly beans, all that kind of stuff. You know, all that stuff. Anybody with a distinct sound and all the way up to today, I'm still doing, cartoon characters, man.
Come on,
It
man.
started with The Simpsons. The Simpsons, that was one of my favorite cartoons, man, back when they were on the Tracy Ullman show. That's when he started, right?
Yes.
So I was always, well, Homer, we got to go down there. We're about to be on a show with Shawn C. Hey, there's Shawn C. The C stands for Cornelius. Don't, doing all that, and went from there to the Family Guy now. Now you got the Family Guy. Hey, that's right there, Lois. Yeah, we're hanging out here with Shawn C there. Shawn C. Hey, Cleveland, you might know this guy. I've heard of Shawn C. He's very funny. No. hey, guys, don't leave me out. I want to come hang out too. Giggity, I'm doing all this stuff, man.
Yeah, that's awesome. So that really helps out for a great set, because you can just go from regular jokes to those impersonations. Now you got to do one of my favorites. I'll say one of my favorites. Because one night it was late and I was up. You know how we up, entertainers are up late, and I'm scrolling, and all of a sudden it's you and your son. And you guys were doing this Popeye thing.
See, saw that?
Yeah, who could do the best Popeye?
Me and Ashton, man, we was doing what? Oh, ever since I taught Ashton and Aiden the Popeye theme song, when he be singing, they were just singing it. They kept singing it, and I did a version that we used to sing as kids. As kids, we used to take stuff and twist it up.
Yeah.
So we always do. I'm Popeye the Sailor Man. I live in a garbage can. I love to go swimming with bow-legged women. I'm Popeye the Sailor Man. So
go ahead. I'm sorry.
But Ashton kept trying to sing it, so it was funny to me. He was killing me because he was trying to change his little voice too. He was like, "I'm Popeye." I was dying, man.
Yeah, it was killing me.
You know where it started? It started. We were talking about the Popeyes chicken commercials, right?
Mm-hmm. Right.
So it's like, and of course I'm up there getting on the brother that was singing on the chicken commercial. Like, I'm like, man, come on, man. When are people gonna stop singing and dancing for food? So everybody know what I'm talking about. That dude. Ooh, baby, I got Popeye. That dude, right? Yeah. So I'm like, why is Popeye associated with chicken? You know what I'm saying? It was, I'm strong to the finish because I eat me spinach. I'm Popeye the Sailor Man. It wasn't, I do some butt kicking when I eat me chicken. It wasn't that. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, my eyes could be closed, Tone, and that commercial would come on. I could be sleeping. I'm like, there that brother go again, coming through the door with that chicken.
Yeah. And you got Popeye's other voice. See, he had two voices, right? He had two registers, right? He's gonna that part, that used to kill me. Right. And he mixed it one time when he was singing. He said, I'm Popeye the Sailor Man. I used to die laughing off that, man.
That must be awesome to do around younger kids or people, for you to be able to do that and entertain them. Now, one for the older folks is Fred Sanford.
That's one of my, man. I can see. Thank you very much. That's right. This is Fred G Sanford, and the G stands for get your laugh on, or get out of here if you don't feel like laughing. That's right. As you see, I'm hanging out with my good friend Shawn C. That's right. Shawn's from New York. I've been there a couple of times. After the fifth time I got pickpocketed, I left New York, never returned. That's right. Fred.
Yeah, I know you do that. I know you do that in your act as well. You do a lot of them. So how much of your routine is here's a comment. I'm gonna be dropping the comments periodically back and forth from the people. Denise Crystal said that's my favorite comedy. So nice. And I gotta throw this up here because there's a hater in the crowd. This is my man Jerome. So he has to make a little comment because he's not a Cowboy fan. Dallas and comedy definitely go together. I think he's a Giant. I think he's a Giant. He's a New York cat. But well, anyway, that's how important.
He's a Jets fan, man. Matter of fact, if he's a Jets fan, they move them down to the ACC, man. We'll see them on Saturdays.
They're not even a pro team no more.
I know, not even pro team, man. They got Rutgers on their schedule now. You know?
So, all right, so another landmark in your career, you've been doing comedy for quite some time and successful at it. You've been all over the country, out of the country. You've done a lot of work with stand-up. Talk about this opportunity you had with this small project called the Universal Circus. Now, the story I was going to tell you is I was on an Amtrak. I was going to audition because I had a manager at the time who was Keith Sweat's manager.
Really?
And he told me about this opportunity, and they were looking for hosts for the circus. My Amtrak got stuck in Charleston. I was on the train for 6 hours right outside the Charleston station.
Are you serious?
And couldn't get down to do anything. But then I heard that you had got the gig, and you've had the gig for a long run. Tell me about that.
Wait a minute. Is this heading towards me stealing your opportunity? Is this where this going? Is this why you got me on the show to let me? I
blame Amtrak.
I can hear the anger setting in. I got stuck in Charleston. Then I heard you got the gig. I'm messing with you, man.
No, it's good. It's all good, man. But that's a true story. We got right outside the station, and the train got stuck. We couldn't even get off. So that was the connection. But then you got it, man, and you were so good at it. You had it for quite some time. How long were you actually with the circus?
One more thing. Now I just picture you. Now. Just every night. You always end your night with a cigarette, looking up at the main office of Amtrak. You take a long drag. You put it out and stomp it out, and walk away, and you're like that's fun. I would have had that gig. Now, hey, man. The Universal Circus, man. The only African American owned and operated circus in the world, owned by Cedric Walker, a native of Baltimore, Maryland, man. Let me tell you, a quick thing on Cedric Walker, the owner of the Universal Circus. Now, old heads like you and I, Shawn, will appreciate this little tidbit of information, because he's also known as Ricky Walker too. But before the Universal Circus, you know what his money maker, his hustle was? He was the promoter. Like, he's the one that created the Fresh Fest.
Wow, you going back with that
now, especially New York. New Yorkers know about the Fresh Fest.
Yes, sir.
He's the one behind that, and of course that his headlining group mostly was Houdini, rest in peace, Ecstasy.
Ecstasy, yes.
John Fletcher, man, I knew him personally too, man. That cat was so cool, so nice. I met him through Mr. Walker, actually. So he started the Fresh Fest, and he later left that and started the Universal Circus in 1994 is where it started, and it started traveling in 1996, and it hit HBO in 1998. That's when it was first on HBO. That's when myself, along with a lot of other people, first discovered the Universal Circus, and I watched it so much, not realizing or thinking I would ever be a part of that. But here's how I became a part of that, and when in 2006, Denise Howard, I know you know Denise.
Yes.
Denise Howard was she's the show producer of the Universal Circus. So in 2006, man, she was also my first manager in stand-up comedy. So I'm out in LA doing my thing, doing my grind around late 2005, and I get a call from Denise, because we always kept in touch, and she asked me would I be interested in being the ringmaster of the Universal Circus. Of course, I was like, at that time, like, nah, I'm good, thanks. I'm out here in LA where I want to be. I'm grinding, bam, things are happening. Thanks. And then she called me back. She kept calling back till finally she ran the figures by me, what I would make, they were very enticing.
Yes, I'm sure.
Still out in LA.
I'm sure.
But, right. And then I said, all right, I'll come in and take a meeting with you and Mr. Walker. And I came here to Atlanta, where the headquarters is. And the rest was history, man. When I met with them, I went on and took the job. And next thing you know, boy, I went from doing stand-up to me and Zeke coming through the curtains, boy. When I say big top, you say circus, So it was a great experience, man.
No, that's awesome, man. And congratulations on that because you kept it for a minute. You were able to do your stand up as well and do your other
Yeah,
projects and still dip in and out. And I believe the young lady, just a little light skinned lady in Medea's camp in Tyler Perry's camp, was also a ringmaster at one point.
that's Patrice Lovely, man. Patrice
Yes,
Lovely was
yes,
the only female ringmaster, and she killed it, man.
yes.
She was so talented, man. She did a character named Maybelle, which is kind of what you see on Tyler Perry shows. She did Maybelle, and she held it down by herself for a while, and then she teamed up with Shucky Ducky as well. Shucky Ducky was also one of the ringmasters, and they teamed up a couple of times to do the show together. But yeah, Patrice Lovely, man, highly talented, man, good people.
Yeah, so you did that for quite some time. You jumped in and out of the circus. You were doing stand up. Things were
Right,
rolling. And I know inside this comedy game, you have your ups, you have your downs, you have your disappointments, but you have your great peaks as well. When you
right.
started doing this, man, have you accomplished, I'm sure, any of the goals that you set out, or you still shooting to get some of those goals accomplished?
Some I've hit, and some I'm still working on hitting, man. So I just really, man, I just love doing stand up. It's my drug, man. It's a real drug. I'm a comedy junkie for real, man. Like when I tell you it being on stage and just having a mic in my hand and having a crowd in the palm of your hand and having a good
Yeah,
time,
right,
it stimulates the same part of my brain as crack or cocaine or any kind of controlled substance. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
right,
man, I'll get to my goal. Just get me on stage. I just gotta have a stage. So um, yeah, I got on TV. Of course, when we started, I started right before or right around the same time Def Jam started. Matter of fact, I started right before Def Jam. So urban comedy did not have the voice it has now right when I started. So
right,
right as I started, maybe a year later, Def Jam started up, man, and that was my goal was really to get on BET first, because Comic View was around first.
right, right.
And remember they did comedy, they had comedy on the road, BET, like they started. I was trying to get on Comic View at that time.
Right.
And I first thing I did, I want to say my first TV credit nationally might have been Teen Summit. Matter of fact,
Mm,
Shawn Jones and I
Shawn
both
Jones, right,
did Teen Summit, man, back in the day with Prince Dejure and Nanda Lewis,
wow, yeah,
and we flew up there to DC. And yeah, I did Teen Summit. Then at least 3.5 to 4 years in the game, I got on Def Jam, man. And yeah, man, I got on Def Jam. Bob Sumner. I went through, and Shawn, you know about this, man. For people that don't know, we had to go through channels to get on Def. The main path to Def Jam was this club in East Orange, New Jersey called the Peppermint Lounge.
Peppermint Loud,
The
yes, sir.
Peppermint Lounge was a gauntlet. It was a comedy gauntlet. Like, man, let me tell you, man. Oh my God, that room was so rough. And that's not when I did it, but that wasn't. I had to get in front of Bob maybe like 3 times, and that didn't do it. I didn't get booed, but I didn't really hit that room. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So where he saw me at was Teddy's Live here in Underground Atlanta back in 1994.
Okay.
And
Okay.
man, I killed that room, man. Underground Atlanta was a great room, but it was more comedy conducive. So we had to get in front of him. And what Bob was so, he had one impression. I used to do some obscure impressions, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I did random impressions, and the one that used to catch him was when I used to do Carl Gordon. That's Pop on Rock. His real name is Carl Gordon.
Yeah.
Remember the show Rock?
Yes.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. So I was doing Rock. I was doing Rock's father. Nah, Rock, Joe, it can't be staying here all day. And Eleanor, you better get out of here. You walking in front of me with that big old booty. You know, that's how I used to talk. Nah, I ain't got to do nothing around here, Jack. I'm the Pop. Now, Rock, you need to go down there and run to the so. Man, Bobby's like, yo, what makes you do Rock, man? Pops, man, from Rock, yo. Hey, that's good, Tony. We're gonna put you on the show, So I made it on Def Jam from doing Rock's father, well, hey, I called Clifton Powell one time. I called the station. He was on the air here in Atlanta on B103. He was doing a play. He was promoting a stage play,
Okay.
And I called the station, right? That's when I was really in with the station. So I called a back line and said, let me talk to let me talk to him. Like, you know, they put me on with him. I said, now, Andre, now you know I know I'm gonna find you. I don't think I forgot what you did to my son, Rock. Man, he could not stop laughing, man. He could not stop laughing. This ain't a laughing matter now, man. It was so funny, man. He lost it, man. But
That's cool, man. Again, I'm sure being able to do those things, again, do those voices, and you do them to the no pun intended, to the T. You know,
thanks, man.
it's really cool, and you've been able to over the years perfect your skills on that level, and it's just a great thing to have in your arsenal.
Thanks,
Now,
man.
with that skill and those types of blessings, it was obviously ultimately you had to get into the acting thing. When did that
Yeah.
start for you? What was your first taste of the acting? I know you did stage plays, but we're moving into you're doing some movies and you've done some films and commercials. So when did that all happen for you?
The acting, actually, man, that I was inspiring in that. I was aspiring in that, man, before stand up, man. I did like a couple of community plays. Um, Man, really, man, my man, yeah, community plays. I'm trying to think of because I was always like I was that kid in class that wanted to read out loud, and I wanted the biggest paragraph. Because
Mm-hmm.
even then I was acting. I was always reading as a newscaster. You know, I had a habit of reading as a newscaster, but I will say my acting started there, and then I started doing community plays, anything to get on stage, and then I went from there to art schools, performing art schools, in junior high and high school in Memphis, Tennessee, Colonial Junior High, and Overton High School. They were performing art schools. They call them CAPA schools, CAPA, which stood for Creative and Performing Arts. So I went there for drama, what they call it drama, but it was theater. But
Mm-hmm.
we used to we did a lot of school plays, man. I would take the leads in all the school plays, man, and they did Raisin. I played Walter Lee and Raisin in the
Raising
Sun,
in the
and
Sun, yeah.
right. So I did all that, man, in school. I was just aspiring to be an actor then, even before stand up, and now I really just started re-nurturing my acting resume, because after I left acting, after I started stand up, it was all about just, man, I was so hyped about that, man. And then I went out to LA. Of course, I did audition for several movies and TV shows, commercials, you know, but
Right.
my comedy I mean, that's still my thing. But now it's like with COVID has redirected my focus, made me concentrate more on acting, because I'm on Actors Access. I know you know about it, and a lot of other entertainers know about Actors Access. You know, comedians and
Yes.
actors.
Mm-hmm.
That's you don't have to go anywhere for that. You get on there, you submit, and they send you audition, you self tape. So that increased since COVID kind of shut down our stand up for a while.
Mm-hmm.
So it kind of redirected my focus, and that's been paying off, man. I've been getting work. My first when I first got back on Actors Access, my first thing I got was a national commercial with National Car Rental, and I started getting like I got a movie called Meet the Snows about trafficking. Everything I got is all going to start coming out in next year, like around March of 2021.
Okay.
So in the midst of all this, this chaotic 2020, tragic, chaotic, just bad year, or I've been blessed in the midst of that. So, you know, like when they say, when God say yes, nobody can say no. So
Exactly.
he made it happen, and I'm thankful for it. I got a national commercial. I shot a couple of movies, and they're all gonna come out. I got an episode on Fatal Attraction on
Okay.
I think on TV1.
TV1, yeah,
It's
TV1.
gonna air it's gonna air in March or April. I did a reenactment of a bad murder that happened here in Atlanta, up in Gwinnett County. That I was living here back then when that happened, so I remember
Wow.
that.
Okay.
And yeah, and it's I reenacted that, so that's gonna be on TV1. I got a new movie I'm about to shoot called Erasmus, where I play a cop, And that's the role I've been waiting for, a cop. Because everybody say I look and act like a cop, which I don't know. I haven't shot nobody. I haven't shot no unarmed people.
You run around beating up black folks.
Right. I don't know how I act like a cop. I'm nice to folks now, but no. So I'm playing a cop in that named Darren Briggs. That's coming up. That's my most recent thing I got coming up. And I got Meet the Snows. They shooting for Netflix. Meet the Snows, and I did a series about dating here in Atlanta called No Cap, and I did a whole episode of that. So yeah, man, I have no complaints, man. I mean, things are tough, but it's all good. It's gonna lighten up, man. All those are seeds I planted. So
right, and they're coming to harvest. I want to say this first. Disclaimer: we know that all cops are not bad.
Right.
I'm doing it for TV purposes,
right.
But and I don't even have to do that. Anyway, look.
I want to piggyback off you. You're right. Not this. It's just a joke. These are just jokes. I know how sensitive, sensitive people are. I heard about 15 donuts drop. Oh, I'm sorry. Not all cops eat donuts. I'm sorry. Right. I'm just digging myself a hole.
It's all good, man. Listen, one of the biggest roles that you played. And probably your best one that you were involved with, and we're going to come back and talk about that because we got to take a quick break, is the role of husband.
Oh, that's my best impression right there. It's
an impression. It's smoke and mirrors.
Smoke and mirrors, man. I'm an actor. Man. I just want to try to, I'm doing this to try to get ready for a future role as a husband. This is just no, I was kidding. I'm kidding, man.
Don't get yourself in trouble playing with me.
I know.
All right, let's take a short break, man. We'll come right back with more comedian, entertainer Tony Tone, and we're going to put him on the love seat and find out what he feels about love, romance, marriage, and relationships. So you guys sit right there. We'll be back in about 30. All right, man. We're back to the show. My guest, Tony Tone, entertainer, funny dude, is still with us, so he's not scared to get on this love seat that we're about to throw him on. And I definitely wanted you mentioned a name earlier that I have to mention because he was a part of both our worlds and still is a gentleman by the name of Shawn Jones.
Yeah,
very, very talented, funny guy. And we're going to have him on the show as well soon. But Shawn and I go back to college and reacquainted in Charleston. And then that's what I mean. You guys were roommates at times and at one point. And it's just this is the kind of camaraderie that comedians have. It's a large, but it's a small family. If you want to talk about that really quickly.
Right.
Because it is people. We're all over the country, all over the world. Yeah. But it's like a small family. So I just want to shout him out really quickly.
Yeah, man, that's how it is, right? Yeah, shout out to Shawn Jones. I talked to him earlier today, and yeah, man, we close-knit community. It always hurts us whenever one of us, fallen comrade, whether we knew them or not. Like, believe it or not, we don't know everybody, every comedian, but because we know they're a comedian, you know what I'm saying? We can you still hear me good? Can you hear me good?
Yeah, you're fine.
All right. So man, it's like, we don't have to know you. It's like you're a fallen comrade. Just like when policemen lose a when a cop goes down across the country, up in Seattle, the people in Florida, cops in Florida on the East Coast, it's sad, So that's how it is, man. We don't have to know you, but the fact you was a comedian, we all have something in common. We're close knit community.
Cool, man. Well, let's go ahead and jump into the second half of the show. We're gonna put you on the romantic funny man's love seat, and hold
on, just a second. Let me see if I can get my get my sound back, man. I kind of lost it.
Oh, you lost the audio?
Well, no, I hear you, but it went real low because somebody tried to call me.
Okay.
I'm sorry about that, man. I'm trying to.
No, don't worry about it, man. It's just technology. Things happen. The people can still see and hear.
What happened if I leave and come right back?
Well, you'll be off the screen, definitely. So
okay, never mind. I'll just I'll sit closer and see if I can hear you.
And I was going to say, you're going to make me actually do some ad libbing, but you can go ahead and try it. Just try it. Go ahead, go off and come back. We'll make it work. As a matter of fact, I'll just go ahead and kick you out. There you go. So anyway, man, thank you guys for continuously hanging out for the show. If you have any questions for Tony Tone, please go ahead and throw them up there to us, and we'll make sure that he gets them. And again, if you want to reach out to him or follow him, he has a fan page on Facebook, Comedian Tony Tone, and he also has a page on Instagram, which is Comedian Tony Tone, and he's back. Let's see how that audio is working.
I hear you good now.
All right, cool. Sometimes we gotta reboot.
Sorry about that, man. Sorry about that, folks. My sister tried to call me. I'll call her back.
No worries, man. So let's jump into the love seat stuff, Tone. You're newly married man.
Hold on. This love seat. Hold on, let me dim the lights and put some baby oil on. Hold on.
Whatever you got to do to get yourself
I'm joking, man. I'm joking.
No, look, because if it gets hot, if there's a female on the show, I got my lotion and everything right above.
Shawn. Hey, for those of y'all watching or listening, Shawn ain't fooling nobody. He is naked, waist down right now. He said,
you never know what's going to happen, how these interviews are going to turn out, but it's all good. So you're newly married, man. So some of this stuff should be really kind of easy for you. These questions.
Hey, look, I got married during COVID, and basically, man, I got tired of having sex on the regular. So I said, let me get married so I can cut down on the sexual activity, and it's work now. Let me stop, man. My wife will kick my butt.
She's probably, she'll be listening and watching.
I know.
At some point. Hey, they have them ears, brother.
Right. Hey, listen. Yeah, I did get married during the pandemic at the peak of it, like in the first wave. Her and we got married. It was love at first sight, and we met on a stage play production I was doing. I was on a stage play production called Lolita Snipes' Head Over Heels, and she had done a previous stage play for Lolita, and she came back on to our production to help out behind the scenes and be an understudy, and that's how we met on the set of Head Over Heels, and we met and fell head over heels ourselves, and we got married during the pandemic, which for budget reasons is a great time to get married. Maybe not now because a lot of things been lifted, but back when it first started, when the country had shut down, that was the best time to get married. You know why? You didn't have to worry about a guest list because you couldn't invite nobody. So it was only me, my wife, and the judge. We was in the park. We were downtown in Centennial Olympic Park, and we were that's right, man. We couldn't have any guests, so that cuts down on all the fanfare, and people get married and had that big, huge debt from having that huge, colossal wedding. We had a small, not even a gathering, just 2 or 3 of us.
That's awesome, though, man. That's awesome. That's different. Not a lot of people getting married during the pandemic.
We got married on Zoom. We did.
That's crazy. Well, good. Then that also just segues into what we're talking about, because love is love. Love is what it is. So that you went there and did that. So since saying that, what is your definition of love, and why is it important to you?
Oh, he got to go and get all.
I told you I was going to go. This is where we go, brother.
Oh man, the definition. I wish I had a study for this. You should send me some notes to study. The definition of love, and what else was the last part?
Your definition of love.
Right.
Why is it important to you?
My definition of love is an unconditional, transparent, loyal, loyalty to the person you in love with. Like love is like it's just an intangible that not everybody possess, not every relationship possess. So love is patience, unconditional, just unconditional Being unconditional for your mate. You know,
I,
that's the best I can do right now.
no,
Me.
listen, man, it's on you. That's whatever it is to you. It can't. There's no wrong answer. So, okay, why is it important? Why is that important to you? Because obviously you're in love.
Right. Well, it's important to me because it's important to me because it's just it's having a companion, someone to bounce ideas off of and have fun with. I like to have fun. You know what I'm saying? So I like, an easy, laid back chemistry. We have great chemistry, and it's important to have someone that you can fall in love with that have all the qualities that are compatible to you. So
Right.
that's, it's, yeah.
Okay, that's
So
cool. Okay.
yeah.
All right, so let's jump to romance. What is your definition of romance, and why is romance important to you?
So anyway, I started doing comedy, but now let me stop. I'm sorry, man. See, you can't. I'm the wrong. You can't ask me to be serious. I get even worse.
No,
okay,
I don't want you to be serious. I just want you to be you, brother. It's all good. We just talking. It's all wonderful.
Romance. All right. As you see, I'm not the most romantic, but romance. My idea of romance is secluded. Your secluded expression of love for the one you're with in a secluded setting. To make that person, feel special and like they're the only thing that exists on earth in your eye. And it's a reminder. It's a reminder to your mate that of the love you feel for them and how special they are.
Okay, all right. And why is that important to you?
Why is romance
Romance.
important?
Yeah, why is it important to you? Yes.
Because if you don't, if you're not romantic, you're not gonna have no fun in the sex. You're gonna cut it off. And no, it's important because it's an element in a relationship or marriage that keeps it going. That keeps it going. Honestly,
you know what's so funny? This gentleman was on the show at one. He did the show. He's a comedian. He does impersonations. But he said the romantic hot seat ain't no joke. It's not. It's not. But see, Tone, here's why what's funny. I see your pictures on Facebook. I see your videos in the water, by the waterfall, in the mountains, and then I asked you romance, and you sit there like, gosh, darn it.
Well, you know what? Now that you said that, romance is the stuff you see me do on Facebook. Hey man, look, I can show better than I can tell, man. So just watch what I do. Don't listen to what I say. Watch what I do. That's me.
All right. So let's move it. And we've already talked about it. So this next one is easy. On a scale of 1 to 10, where's Tony Tone on that scale as far as romantic? What is your number on a scale of 1 to 10?
After my attempt to answer today, I'm a -1 right now. No, I honestly, man, I can be very romantic, and I would say I'm a good 6 or 7, just above average. I mean, honestly, but it all depends on what romance is relative. Like some people don't think, some people think a simple back massage by candlelight and soft music is just so romantic, which others be like, oh, that's basic. So you never know. It depends on who you're with. So according to my wife, honestly, I'm very romantic because stuff I've done for and do for her. So I'm very, on a scale of 1 to 10, according to my wife, I'm a 10.
Okay, well, I'll take it. Again, there's no wrong answer because it's you. It's who you are. So let's jump off. Give me 3 things that attract you to a woman. 3 things that attract you to a woman.
Let's see. A pulse, arms, legs, just hair.
I think you've tried that before.
No. 3 things that attract me to a woman. Sense of humor. That's 1. Sense of humor. A good amount of the same interest, having the same interest as I do. Compatibility. Overall compatibility.
Mm-hmm.
Sense of humor. It just, man, it's one thing I can't really put a finger on. It's just a vibe. It's a vibe, like, you know what I'm saying? A compatible vibe, overall compatible vibe that draws me, you know what I'm saying? Now, uh, of course, you know, physically is what I see physically, but if you don't have the chemistry and a sense of humor compatibility, then physicality just go out the window. I'm not gonna, just because she has a great body, I'm not gonna be like, oh, well, we can't even have a conversation, but her body fine. I don't roll like that. I
Right,
can't
but
do it.
that could still be one of those things though, because you said compatibility, physical, and funny.
Yeah,
So you know
yeah,
those work because it's on the list somewhere. That's the first thing you see is the
yeah. It's first
physical
thing you
thing.
see. Yeah,
So
yeah,
it's got to be an attraction on that level. All right, give me three
yeah.
things that you don't appreciate about women that are unattractive to you about women.
First thing that's unattractive to me, if she smokes, heavy drinking, uh, just poor behavior, just bad social skills, just bad behavior, just yeah.
Okay,
That's yeah.
that's cool. That's all good. All right, here this one might be a little tough. All right,
All
so
right.
shake it off. You have respect, you have honesty, you have trust. Now we know those are essential for a successful relationship. Tonight, right now, I'm going to allow you to throw one of those away and still have a successful relationship. Which one are you getting rid of?
You said respect, honesty, and trust.
Yes.
Jesus. Uh, respect, honesty, and trust. I'm throwing respect away because if they're honest and they trustworthy, that's a form of respect in itself.
That's different. That's different. I'm not trying to make you change your answer, but that's why this is such a subjective question because everybody has their definitions of whatever and they feel what's important. But not many people have said respect. That's an interesting twist on it, on the question. All right, that's
Yeah, I
cool.
mean, yeah, because if somebody's loyal to you and they're being honest to you, that's a form of respect anyway. So, in my
Sure.
opinion,
Sure,
yeah.
sure. All right. So here's a fantasy for you. Quick, it's a decent one. You're walking down the street, you kick a liquor bottle. Out of the liquor bottle comes a female genie. She's on a low budget. She can't give you 3 wishes. She can only give you 1 wish, and that wish has to include love. What are you wishing for with your 1 wish involving love?
I would love, I would love to be in the next 5 phases of the Marvel MCU. Yes, son.
No. Love. It has to be something to do with love, not what you would love to do, but love.
Well, clarify that next time, man. God darn it.
You're overthinking, Tony. I got a smart one.
All right, because man, I don't know if you smell it, man, but you can smell my brain thinking right now.
Yeah.
Let me see. My wish is a lifetime of a continuation of true unconditional love with my wife.
There you go. Yep, that's perfect. That's good. Now, since since we've gone through all of this,
I'm joking.
No, you're all good, man. This is wonderful. It's cool. This is exactly what I expected. So it's kind of all right. What advice would you give women that are trying to be in relationships? I mean, just because you're married doesn't mean, this advice would work for someone else. But let's just say women are watching and they want to know, well, you know what, from a man's point of view, what advice would you give them on dating men in right now in the present time?
Number 1, don't carry past luggage or baggage into your next journey or relationship journey. Because that breeds bitterness and just unnecessary defensiveness going into a new venture, and which will make it hard. That person hasn't gotten a chance yet. You're already going in with a pessimistic attitude.
Right.
Look at yourself first. Know your flaws and faults first from your previous past too. Don't just feel like you never did anything and you all innocent, because none of us are perfect in relationships. All right, none of us are. So think about, evaluate yourself, and start with a clean slate. And I know they always do the I'm not gonna settle, but sometimes some of the stuff we're not settling for, are you doing it? Are they based off of shallow preferences or preferences of substance? You got shallow preferences, you got preferences of substance. So preferences of substance like character, loyalty, honest, respect, team player, that the true heart, or you got preferences of shallow preferences, looks, money, or anything that's not, of substance. Are you basing your decisions? Stop basing your decisions. If you are, not every woman's doing that. Stop basing your decisions off of shallow preferences. Go for preferences of substance.
Cool.
So,
good advice.
yeah.
Good advice. Want to say what's up to Michelle Monroe Scott, who just joined the show. And I'm gonna bring a question up in a second after I ask you now to give the men advice about dating women today. Give the brothers some advice.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, that's it. Let's see. Let me throw this up. Did you lose the audio?
I'm good.
Okay, so give the men. We're gonna get to this question after you give the men some advice about dating. Can you learn to impersonate, or is this always a natural talent?
Want me to answer that?
Well, yeah, and then we'll go back to the advice for the men.
All right. Impersonators. I'm gonna tell you right now. I view impersonators are like, we're like singers that can't sing. Because here's the deal. The reason I say this is because singers and impersonators or impressionists, we both identify with pitches and sounds. Singers can duplicate pitches and sounds, and they can harmonize with it, which means they can carry a note for a longer amount of time. Impressionists, we identify with pitches and sounds in spurts or in enough of a way to where we can sound like a person in short bursts, and we couple the pitch that we identify with, couple that with inflections and facial expressions of that person. So it's almost like you got to be gifted with an inner ear thing, because
yes.
I also played in a band. I played the trumpet for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
I could read music, but I was very good at playing by ear.
Yes.
And I can listen to something and I can find it and play it on my horn 5 minutes later. And it's the same thing I identify with when I do impressions or sound effects. So, I mean, I guess they have voice class, but then some people can take voice lessons and still not know how to sing. So it may just have to be in you.
Yeah, because I was a total opposite. I can't read music, but I have an ear to hear it and find the notes and chords on the piano or the guitar. So some of it, you can learn techniques, I believe, but you can't really learn, the whole ear thing and the hearing thing, because some people are tone deaf. So no matter what they try to do or what they learn technique-wise, you just can't hear it. All right, cool. Thank you for that question, Denise. Please give that one more piece of advice for men in dating. I just think you don't want to answer this question.
Stay out of my inbox.
So give the fellas advice for dating women today. You really can't hear me. Oh my God. The sound audio is going in and out. You can't hear me. All right, let's try. Let me try this. All right, let me try. Tony, give me a thumbs up if you can hear me down there in the green room. All right, so let's bring you back. How about the audio now? Okay. So are you going to answer the question? Wow, it's going in and out. All right, so can you hear me now? Can you hear me down in the green room? Okay, so here's the question, and then come back and answer it. Give advice to the men about dating today. Yo, I can swear I think you're playing with me right now because you don't want to answer this question. Can you hear me now while you're in the green room? Tone. Yeah, you can hear me, right? Okay, well, answer the question.
Oh man, she.
No, I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you. Answer the question. I think he thinks I'm talking to Denise. No, Tony, I'm talking to you. Answer the question that I asked you, not the girl. Answer the question about dating in men dating.
Wait a minute. You asking me to give who advice?
Men advice.
Oh, give men advice? Oh, you know what, man? I thought you was asking.
No, I'm talking to you.
Bro, man, I'm sorry, man. Man, I thought you. Oh, I'm so sorry, man.
I'm thinking you messing with me now. I'm like, nah. Remember you gave advice to the women?
Right.
Yeah.
I thought you asked a woman. I thought you asked a woman to give advice to the men. I'm sorry, man.
No. You know what? Hold on. Anyway, let's skip that one. Let's skip that one. Let's do this because I gotta stay on time with everything. So it's cool. I want to do this.
I'm sorry about that.
No, it's all good because I want to make sure we play the game that we play at the end of the show called Favorite Sevens. All right. So let's do the Favorite Sevens game. It's okay. I'm just gonna call some things out and you give me your favorite. All right.
All right.
Food. Favorite food.
Buffalo wings.
Okay. Favorite song of all time.
Ooh, man. Rapper's Delight. Sugar Hill Gang. Rapper's Delight.
Okay. All right. Favorite movie of all time.
Star Wars. The whole franchise.
All right. Favorite book you've ever read.
Let's see. The telephone book, because I got a lot of. No, so let me stop, man. My favorite book I've ever read. Successful stand-up comedy.
Okay. All right. Favorite vacation spot. You've traveled a lot. Favorite vacation spot.
Favorite vacation spot. Oh, Martha's Vineyard.
Okay. All right. This one is created specifically for you. Your favorite entertainer of all time.
Shawn Cornelius out of New York, son.
I've heard of him. I've heard of him.
My favorite entertainer?
Yes, favorite entertainer.
You know, coming up, I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go back old school because he really was my favorite coming up as a kid. Rich Little.
Loved him. Yep, loved him.
Yep.
Cool. All right, and
best
this is
Johnny Carson ever.
yeah. That was one of the originators. One of the originators. Yeah. All right, and last one. Favorite time of the day for love making.
Yeah, it's pretty much any time, man.
It could be that.
Yeah, around the clock.
Okay. All right, that's cool. Again, these are all yours, man. All yours.
Yeah, around the clock.
So with that answer, my brother, Tony Tone, you are now off the Romantic Funny Man's love seat. Hey, brother, I appreciate you, man. I love you. I thank you for coming through.
Jesus Christ! What a grueling process! Jesus Christ! I'm kidding, man. I'm messing.
That's all good, man. Do me a favor, man. Give about 30 seconds we have left. Give a positive message to send these people off to bed with. And I appreciate you so much, man. Just give a positive message.
All right. Wear your mask at all times. If you're with a stranger, wear your condoms at all times. Lock your doors at night. Say your prayers. And won't you just receive them today? Now, if you like, I never like to end my broadcast. Well, let me stop.
Joel Osteen sound like.
Yeah. I never like to end my broadcast without giving somebody an opportunity to. Won't you receive them today? Won't you receive them?
Hey, Tony, man, I love you, brother. Thank you so much for hanging out.
Likewise, man.
Continue blessings to you and the family and safety. And we can do this again anytime we need to do this again, man. All right.
Hey, anytime. Call me, man. Thanks, Shawn. Enjoyed it, man.
You got it. Hang out. Don't go nowhere. I want to thank you guys for tuning in as well on Facebook, YouTube, and just following the situation here after dark with Shawn Cornelius. So in parting, in closing, as I always say, please go with God in your heart. Have a peace of mind. Have a wonderful, wonderful tomorrow, and continue to be safe. You guys know something is going on out there. I don't care what you believe. Wear your mask. Stay 6 feet away. Social distance. Keep yourself hygiene. All that stuff. And protect yourself. If you're not going to protect yourself, protect me. Protect Tony. Your family. Wear your stuff as you're walking past us. So for Lula Mae and Cornelius, his baby boy, this is Shawn Cornelius saying good night. God bless you. Catch you around the corner on the next episode of After Dark with Shawn Cornelius. Peace out. Tony, stay right there, brother.